Found footage has always been an interesting genre that I personally enjoy. Big studios and small studios have all taken a crack at it, whether it's horror or action, and it's definitely an oversaturated genre now and doesn't really stand out anymore in Hollywood. But thankfully, where I think the genre personally shines is in shorter length videos on YouTube. One that's really stuck out to me is the Sidney Barber Tapes, and that's what I wanted to talk about today. So I hope you've never heard of this because it is very interesting. When the video starts, we see text that tells us that on October 2nd, 2008, 19-year-old Sidney Barber, an urban explorer, disappeared while investigating an abandoned research facility in Maricopa County, Arizona. The area was searched by several government agencies, all of which claimed no trace of Sidney was found. 15 years later, footage from Sidney's camcorder on the night she disappeared was leaked to the public by an unknown source. The following string of recordings have since become known as the Sidney Barber Tapes. We see Sidney as she walks through the darkness.
Camera on, light on. Here we go.
As she approaches an abandoned research facility. She looks through many windows, seemingly trying to find a way inside. We don't see it happen, but Sidney does end up finding a way in. She searches multiple dark rooms, and it's very clear that no one has been here for a long time.
Fuck that.
She enters what appears to be a conference room, and for some unknown reason, a recording begins to play.
Thank you, Dr. Miller, for coming in on such short notice. We'll get started.
We hear a conversation between an unknown individual and a laboratory technician named Dr. Miller as they recount some traumatic event where something killed another doctor.
What can you tell us about the incident in room 24?
I was in my office finishing up charts for the day. I heard screaming. I ran out and Dr. Reynolds. Oh, Jesus.
Where was Dr. Reynolds?
He was everywhere. On the ceiling, on the floor, the walls.
Where was Asset 0235?
That thing is no asset. It's a monster. We created a monster. Oh God, what have I done? We're not safe here.
Dr. Miller, the asset has been contained.
You don't understand. This facility, not just things inside of it, it's all evil. I need to leave.
During the interview, Dr. Miller becomes irate when she's told she needs to go down to the lab to do final analysis, and seemingly pulls out a gun and yells that she won't go back. We hear others around her yelling, and the tape ends with the sound of gunfire. Sidney panics and runs out of the room and into the hallway. Where now the entire floor seems to have power, even though this facility is supposed to be abandoned. She walks through the hall as what seem to be motion lights activate in front of her. She sees an exit sign and immediately heads towards it. It's locked though, so she heads back the way she came when all of a sudden, the video cuts and we see the hand of something walking down the hallway as Sidney cowers in fear. The video cuts again and we see it pass by her. When Sidney thinks it's gone, she emerges from her hiding spot and continues to slowly go through the facility, much more quietly and cautiously than before. She reaches the stairs and the doors slam behind her, reverberating the walls of the stairwell. She panics when she looks up and we see the same creature above as it now begins to pursue her. She runs down the stairs and towards the door when this happens.
What the fuck? I'm losing my mind.
Somehow she ends up in an elevator, going to the basement floor. When the door opens, she steps out into the hallway and begins to slowly walk around. She ends up in front of room 24, the same room that we heard from the recording earlier.
What can you tell us about the incident in room 24?
The room where someone was killed by a mysterious creature, and the same room that caused Dr. Miller to pull out a gun on her coworkers. Sidney recognizes this and rightfully walks away in a panic as she reaches the end of the hallway. She runs into a dark room, panicking and terrified, when something familiar approaches, and this happens.
Who's there?
After all of this, let's recap everything we've seen and try to put some pieces together. Sidney starts outside in the dark as she's walking around a clearly abandoned building. All the windows are dark and no one is here. There's no life here. When she reaches a conference room, we hear the doctors mention something called Asset 0235.
Where was Asset 0235?
That thing is no asset. It's a monster. We created a monster. Oh God, what have I done? We're not safe here.
When the recording becomes chaotic and Sidney leaves the room for some strange reason, she steps out into a fully lit hallway. This should be impossible for an abandoned building, but it now seems the facility is alive and well. I know that the filmmakers behind this were inspired by the Backrooms, by King Pixels. The yellow tint and the liminality of this facility feel like they're ripped straight from the Backrooms levels mythos. Along with it are entities that inhabit these spaces, and for this space, that would be the Asset 0235. Where it differs from the Backrooms is that we're told this entity was created by these doctors, and somehow it's still around while they're all gone with no signs of remains. Dr. Miller even mentions the whole facility is evil, as well as the asset. If these doctors were doing some kind of research at this base, then this place is real and tangible in the real world, or at least some version of it was. I believe this asset now has free reign over this entire facility, or the facility and the asset are two different entities working in tandem. The first evidence for both of these theories is the recording that plays as soon as Sidney enters the room. There's no reason for this to start playing unless something wanted it to be played. Later, when she leaves the room, I said earlier that these lights were motion activated, but now I think the building might have been lighting her way. She eventually finds the exit and seems to be locked, and I believe that was also on purpose because when she decides to go back the way she came, we see the asset for the first time, and now it's stalking her. Throughout the video, it seems to always know where she is. When she goes to the stairwell, it's there again. And when she reaches the basement, it's also there too. Speaking of the basement, she reaches it by elevator. An elevator that appears out of nowhere and seems its destination is already predetermined.
I'm losing my mind.
The lights were one thing, but the building's layout is being changed right before her eyes. Whatever is happening here is beyond reality and something else entirely. When Sidney reaches the basement, she walks through the hallway until she arrives at room 24, the room from the recording where a doctor was killed and possibly the asset was being kept. We never get to see what's behind the door because Sidney runs away and into the asset again. We see her run down the hallway towards the elevator, but when she arrives, there's just a regular door in its place. We even see a set of stairs for a split second before it cuts to black, and we see that Sidney is now in a dark room. Just like before with the elevator, we do get to see a set of stairs right before it transfers her to an elevator, so we do know this place is changing at will. When the asset wanted her down there, the elevator appeared, and when it had her where it wanted her, the elevator disappeared. Eventually, it gets what it wanted the entire time, and in a terrifying scene, we see it enter the room. It has a terrifying humanoid form with no visible features and long metal fingers. We see it reach out towards her, and this is the last shot we see of Sidney as she screams in distress with its arm around her neck. It kills Sidney in a brutal fashion, ripping her apart just like it did Dr. Richards. We even see her arm twitching and her leg near the doorway. It's tragic that Sidney never stood a chance. Once she entered the facility, it made sure to direct her exactly where it wanted her. As far as the piece of paper right here, I don't know if this means Sidney is now in room 24 or not. I don't think so because this room seems completely empty, but I wouldn't be surprised if it is because we know the facility moves around at will. This story is terrifying, and the lack of answers makes it so intriguing. Also, I love that we see the asset in short glimpses as Sidney runs or hides as soon as she sees it. It adds mystique and allows your mind to fill in the blanks. It's a simple but effective way to use your monster, and I wish more media utilized this technique. Unlike the Backrooms video, this video was mostly shot on location, so you feel the weights and the realism of this world, and it definitely shines throughout watching it. I'm a huge fan of what Kane Pixels creates, and this felt like a genuinely terrifying addition to that genre of horror. I hope to see more of this from either these people or just more videos like this in general. I know that the people who made this made it for a school project, so it probably won't get touched on again, but more videos and lore added to this could build a really good story, and I for one would gladly watch. I hope you see why I love this video so much, and like I said, it reminds me so much of the Backrooms, which I'm such a big fan of, and these guys nailed this video, and that's why I had to cover it. It's just so fun and so scary and so cool, and I hope you found it interesting as well. If you've never seen it before, go check out the full video, and yeah, show them some love. Thank you for being here, and I hope you enjoyed. I will catch you in the next one, guys. See ya.